What are you seeing on your screen? That is a headliner from a 1915 Jaguar, and I will give you a basic idea how you can do it. You have a French stitch, and it's a nice car. You can see it, Jaguar 1915. And we gotta be careful when we are removing this kind of headliner. We gotta be careful, don't scratch those plastic, don't create a scratch on the backrest. But it's easy. It's two doors. The doors are big, so we're going to start removing. It's making out of leather, and I will be making out of vinyl. And I will show you how you can cut, how you can trace it, how you can sew in, and how you can wrap all that thing with a vinyl, a very, very good vinyl. So, my friend, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do it, and don't go away without subscribing. Make sure everything's working perfectly. In case if you notice something is not working perfectly, let the customer know and start removing the sun visor. It's covered with the hat 2 screw, TX number 25, and you have to remove 2 plastic, one on each side, in order to see that screw and remove it. And there it is, the passenger side sun visor. And there is 2 clicks right here, one on the other side, and create a little bit of pressure, and that is out. Just disconnected. And simple thing, my friend. I'm going to ignore, and I'm going to show you how you can do it because are simple. And right there is a small plastic cover the screw. Remove it, and there is an airbag, my friend. And remove those gasket. And then pull out the plastic, and you can see part of that headliner is down. So I'm gonna move to the back, and you see that rubber in there. Just pull it, and there is a screw holding the headliner on that area. So I have to remove this plastic. Behind that plastic is the screw. It's the same size, TX or Torch 25, because the area I am using this kind of tool to simplify, and you can see the headliner is down on that area too. So right now nothing is holding that headliner. Yes, I move a little bit here, and this part is down. What else? I'm going to unbolt the passenger seat and the driver's seat. You have 4 bolts each seat. Why? Because it's too high. This car is 2 doors. The doors are big and the headliner is small, but I cannot lower down that area. So the only way I can do it is by removing or unbolt the seat and push it all the way forward, and that made the backrest go down. I already removed the headliner. You can see it is on the table. So you can see it's making out of leather. It will be the same design, except will be a very good vinyl, marine vinyl. You can see it. It's coming undone, and this is normal. I don't know when it's making out of leather. I don't know, sometimes maybe they don't use a good leather because shrink a lot. I start peeling everything, my friend, everything. And I am not going to use the old material for make a pattern. Now I'm going to trace it right there on top of the fiberglass or the headliner. Make sure to clean it really good, my friend. Clean it really, really good. You can see it. This is weird because some part of the headliner is so hard to remove it, and sometimes coming by itself. And then after I remove everything, I start drawing. Put a white line on top of the mark where the stitch was. And there was a stitch. Maybe you don't see it to the camera, but I can see the mark. That's why I am putting that white line on top of the mark of the old stitch. Same thing right here. I am not making nothing new, my friend. I am not changing the design. And I'm going to make sure to put some mark across to create a notches in the material. That will be helping when I am putting those pieces together with the stitch. And after that, I get the measuring tape and measuring the length and measuring the width. And whatever it is, I will give extra. Why? Because I'm going to trace it. I'm going to put them on top of that tracing. And you can see it. So on that piece of vinyl, that would be the material that I would be using. I would put glue, enough glue to hold it while I am tracing. Enough glue to hold it. If you don't have enough material, you have to use another material to make a pattern. I have enough, so that's what I'm doing. This way, sometimes I use a plastic with glue to make a pattern, but on this time I prefer using the vinyl. Why? Because I have to stretch or pull it a little bit, and that will create making the vinyl stretch, molding to that area. And with the plastic, you cannot stretch it. And you can see I am tracing the first piece, and this will be this is a driver size. I'm only going to show you how you can do one side, and by cutting this piece, by tracing this piece, I will use this one to cut that the other side, the passenger side. I'm just going to give you a 1/2 inch extra for the seam allowance. On the rest, I will give 1.5 inches or 2 inches. So same thing right here. I get another piece of vinyl, hold it with glue, and then trace it exactly. Behind the white vinyl, the black vinyl, it is a white line. I have to trace it with my yellow chalk, that line. I am following the line that is behind the vinyl, and put some mark across. See, those marks are very important, my friend, especially when you are doing something like this. Are critical, those lines. So I am not going to cut all those pieces. I'm going to cut it later. And same thing right here. See, that is the center piece. Why I am not using the old material as a pattern? Because have been shrink. That's why I'm not using it. If it coming undone, it's because create a pressure when it was shrinking. And right here I just folded by half, made both sides equal, and those notches that are on one side, I want them on the other side too. And like that, you're going to keep tracing all those pieces, putting glue, hold it with something. I prefer putting a little bit of glue, just enough to hold it, I trace it. See, I force the material a little bit. This is so important, my friend. Tracing those pieces are so important. And spending your time doing good. One little mistake right here can affect everything. And pay attention to those corners that are inside, where the sunroof, it is a part of the sunroof. I'm going to make like a corner. You saw me right there on that area, and I will be the same thing right here. This is so important, my friend, because you cannot make that area with two pieces. So what I'm gonna do is I make some cut. I put a line right there, and I follow that line with the material. I will cut another piece and I will sew him on that area. Why? Because I don't want any cut. I don't want to force too much the material on that area, because if I force it too much, no matter how much glue I put, later on will come in undone, unglued. And I don't want that. That's what I will sew an extra piece of material right there. I'm not going to show you that piece, but I will sew it when I am sewing. You will sew that piece when I am sewing on the machine. And this is the same thing. This is the easy piece. Make some cut, and I wanna make the mark right there. Okay. I just cut a 1/2 inch extra for the seam allowance. We are going to sew in those pieces. The rest I will give like 1.5 or 2 inches extra. And there it is. This is the back piece. There will be the other. Okay, let me pause right here and explain you something, my friend. You saw me cleaning the headliner, right? No matter how much time I spend in cleaning, it will still showing some bump, something in there. If I glue the material by itself on top of the headliner, all that can show through the material. So there are 2 ways how you can do this. The first one is get 1A, can be a headliner material, can be a cloth foam, 1A thickness, glue it to the headliner. Then on top of that, put the material that you're going to wrap it. The other way is this one. I cut all those pieces of vinyl. I am gluing 1/8 thickness headliner material to that vinyl, and I'm going to do that through all those pieces. Why? Because it's easier. If you see somebody doing differently or opposite this way, that doesn't mean that person is wrong or I am wrong. It's just about technique. It's all about technique. The most important thing is the last result. That result. That is the most important thing. How it look, how it's coming down. If it's coming down the other way, it's just about technique. Doesn't mean that person is wrong or I am wrong. It's just about techniques, guys. So I glue all that those pieces on top of a headliner material, and you can see it right there. Not a big deal. See? All those pieces of vinyl have a headliner material, and the headliner is facing up. Why facing up? I used to do it this way. When I put glue, that glue will stick strong to the headliner, to the fiberglass. Then I just go in and sewing all those pieces together. Some of those pieces will have a French stitch that was done. That is the piece that piece is behind the sun visor. That's why you're going to have a simple stitch. And making sure all those notches match, my friend. Make sure that part, my friend. If you are learning, please spend some time, figure out in case if those notches don't match. Try to find out why it doesn't match, because at the end you can be in trouble if you don't pay attention to those marks. So I got the first thing that I check is those corners. Look, so those notches I am cutting. By cutting, those notches will disappear. So I mark. That way I still know where those notches are. Why? Because when I am going to put glue on this piece and take it to the headliner and glue it together, I want to make sure those white marks match with this one. Very, very important. Very, very important, my friend. Especially when you are gluing a piece that it has too many seams, too many pieces. Same thing right here. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to put a French stitch in there, but I will cut them at the end. But I need to make sure where those notches were located on that piece. See that corner? You didn't saw me cutting that piece, right? It's easier. I cut it without showing you. But I'm pretty sure you will find out how to cut it without watching me, without seeing me. So same thing right here. I just cut it. And there it is. So now I got the passenger side. And I'm going to put a French stitch on some of those stitches. See, and making sure I'm using the double needle NC post machine to put that French stitch in there. That vinyl look like blue, but it's not blue, it is black. I don't know why the light make it look like if it is dark blue. And I am doing the same thing with the other piece. French seams. There is the piece that is around the sun visor. Spending my time pulling the material through the side of the needle. I just pull it, and this is a post machine. Very easy to do this kind of job. And there is the French stitch. Okay, I'm just going to cut it, that excess material. You can see it look ugly. I don't like it, I just gonna cut it all like that, both sides. Then right here I put that driver side and the passenger side together, and I just cut it like that, close to the stitch. So what I'm gonna do after that, well, I'm going to glue those pieces that you saw me sewing, right, onto this fiberglass. I put glue inside, all around the sunroof and around the headliner. And then I put a lot of glue right here, a lot of glue, my friend. And then I put a lot of glue right here too. See? A lot of glue. And I put glue right here. I will let it dry for a little bit. Then I put that fiberglass with the headline on the table. Then I start gluing that material. Make sure those stitches go exactly on top of the mark that you put them under. If you put a notches, make sure it matches too. Start from the center, making sure, same thing, making sure. I am not creating pressure, my friend. I don't put apply pressure there yet. When I start applying pressure or using the palm of my hand, creating pressure, when I am 100% sure that those lines are matched, then I create pressure. And if I need to apply a hot air, use a heat gun, I will too. So I am pretty sure I'm placing that material right. So I am pretty sure. So then I start applying pressure with my hand, rubbing, things like that. See, I put a hot air under to activate the glue. Why? Because it's like 8 minutes that I apply glue. When I apply a hot air or use the heat gun, by doing that, I activate the glue on both sides. This is the easy part, my friend. Right now, the hardest part is done. Put the front glue the front section of this eyeliner. That's the hardest part. The rest is easy because if you glue this part right, all the rest is gonna be easier right there. See, right here, just put apply hot air, use the heat gun to warm up the material, to warm up the glue, and then follow the white line that is under with the stitch. Simple, so simple. And this is the back area. See, so beautiful, huh? I can't believe it. So easy and so beautiful. And there it is. You can have the view how that headliner is looking. So the most important thing is done. The part that the customer can see it. So now I'll flip it over. And we're going to make a nice finish right here. So I just put glue long time ago. And you saw me applying glue. Now I fold it. And I glue that part. What happens if I don't sew the extra piece on those inside around it, where the headliner, where the sunroof it is? What happened? If I cut or I force the material, it might show from outside, and I want nothing to expose. That's what I always, when I do a BMW headliner, Mercedes headliner, any headliner with the stitch, I saw that extra piece on those corner. No, not corner, are like a round. And then when that piece is done, I do all the rest of the part. I glue, you can see it. On the front, it all will fall. Right here, it is not necessary to fold because there go a plastic trim on there. But I fold it. Same thing right here. the front and the back. On the back, it's not necessary to fold it in because there is a gasket, but I always do. And we're going to make this hole. So how do we do this? Well, we find out where the corner it is, put a mark on it on the four corner. Then we are going to cut like ½ inch away from that corner, ½ inch away. Why not 1 inch away? Because it's too much. Why not ¼ of an inch? 1/8 of an inch? Because it's not enough. So ½ inch is more than enough. I fold it. Then on top of that will be the lie. And there it is, my friend. There it is, the headliner. You can see it. Now I just apply I use the heat gun to make sure, and there it is, my friend. I didn't change the design. It was like that. Before it was making out of leather, now it is making out of good vinyl. And you might say, if it is a nice car, why you didn't put a leather? Because the guy say, I want to make it out of vinyl. That's why I am using vinyl. See, I remove the seat and bolt it to put the headliner, to remove the headliner and to put them on. When I put them on the headliner, I just pull the seat back, put those 4 screws back, and now I start from the last piece that I removed. I use the special tool and I put the plastic back. And there it is. Same thing on the other side. My friend, I am only showing you the passenger side, but I did the same thing on the driver's side. There are 2 clicks on the front. Make sure to line it, then push it, and everything else will be matching. Put the sun visor, put the plastic that is covered the small screw, and there it is, my friend. There it is, the headliner for this 1915 Jaguar with French stitch. It is hard. Look, the corn right there. Barely show the stitch. That's the point of this. Barely. I had to put the camera at a different angle to show you. But in this view, it doesn't show. If the customer see in this view, not gonna see it. He had to put the head close to that part, that area. My friend, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. If you're an expert watching this video, I am pretty sure 100%, my friend. I am sure that you already know this process. And this video doesn't show you nothing new. But thank you for being here. If you have some time working on this beautiful tray and you never done something like this, well, my friend, on this video I give you an idea. If you are new and you don't have an idea and you want to learn this beautiful tray, my friend, my channel have a lot of videos related to car interior. My Spanish YouTube channel have more than 1,000 videos related to car interior. Please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to smash that like button, and any comment, leave it in the comment section on this video. Thank you so much for watching my video, and see you soon on the next video.